Good morning, New Canaan High School. I'm Caden Leslie.
And I'm Ryan Bell.
Coming to you live from the NCTV studio. Today is Wednesday, November 5th, and a day E.
I hope you all had a great chance to catch up on some sleep and schoolwork yesterday with the day off, especially with Halloween weekend being just a few days ago.
And hopefully some of you seniors who are old enough took the opportunity to vote in our local elections.
I sure did, Caden, but enough of that. It's been another busy few weeks here at NCHS, and we have a lot to update you guys on.
That's right, Ryan. From the choir's Grapefruit fundraiser to a Spirit Week recap and the results of the new school bell, we're jam-packed with news for you guys.
Sounds like a lot, but before all that, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For anyone who hasn't signed up for their AP exams yet, listen up. The late registration begins at $10 per exam for AP classes that begin before November 15th. Then by November 8th, the fee will rise up to $42 for the late registration. Any AP exam registrations that are not fully paid by Saturday, November 8th will be canceled and exams will not be ordered. For more information, you can contact Ms. Lissy Godfried or Ms. Molly Quinn.
The NCHS Choir is once again bringing a burst of citrus and community spirit to town with its beloved annual Grapefruit fundraiser. This year's offering features fresh ruby red grapefruit shipped directly from Texas, available for $35 per 20-pound box. Orders can be placed online through My School Bucks or via the choir's dedicated website at newcanaanhighschoolchoir.weebly.com. Proceeds from the fundraiser benefit both the NCHS choral program and the local food bank, reinforcing the choir's commitment to enriching the arts and supporting those in need.
Since 2022, students have often requested a new quiet study area to replace the old, deteriorating cubicles in the library. The new study cubicles were designed to create a better, more modern study environment. Each space will include outlets and 360-degree cameras to show where spots are occupied. For more on the new spaces, here's NCTV's Ben Diamond.
Oh, didn't see you guys there. I was just finishing up some work in these new cubicles. Let me show you around. The study spaces feature power and enclosed soundproofing barriers all around to create a quiet study environment. The old study spaces were old and wooden, just like this chair. As you can see, these new spaces are very popular. If you're planning to visit these spaces, which you definitely should, here are some rules. No talking, no standing, no chairs, no moving carols, and no food. Got it? So that's all for me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Don't forget, class meetings are taking place tomorrow, November 6th, in the auditorium. Seniors, your meetings kick it off during period 4.2 from 8:50 to 9:20 a.m. Sophomores, you're up next during period 1.1 from 9:40 to 10:10 a.m. Freshmen, your meeting follows during period 1.2 from 10:25 to 10:55 a.m. And finally, juniors, you'll meet later in the day during period 3.1 from 1:15 to 1:45 p.m.
We are excited to share that the first theater production of the year is Legally Blonde, which is about a woman named Elle Woods, played by Frankie Lamoni, who goes to Harvard Law School just to get back her boyfriend Warner, played by Hank Durfee, who dumped her because he thought she wasn't smart. While trying to prove that she is smart enough to be with Warner, she realizes she doesn't need him. Get ready for a night of music, laughs, and unstoppable girl power as Elle Woods takes the stage and soars from sorority life to Harvard Law. With dynamic choreography, standout vocals, and all the iconic moments you love, this feel-good show is the fall event you don't want to miss. Performances will be on Thursday, November 20th at 7 p.m., Friday, November 21st, and Saturday, November 2nd at 7 p.m., and a matinee performance at 1 o'clock p.m. on Saturday.
Last week, NCHS showed off some school pride during our annual Spirit Week. Each day brought a new theme and tons of excitement around the school.
The week kicked off on Monday with Red and Black Day, where students and staff showed their Rams pride by rocking our school colors from head to toe. The hallways were a sea of red and black as everyone celebrated the first day of the week. On Tuesday, it was Jersey versus Jersey Shore. Students came in dressed as Jersey Shore or in their favorite team gear, showing off their athletic spirit and school pride. Wednesday was Pink Day in honor of breast cancer awareness, and the school turned pink to celebrate and show support. Then on Thursday, we took a step back in time for decades. Students and staff showed off their best vintage looks, from fun 2000s to funky 80s styles and everything in between. And finally, on Friday, we wrapped up Spirit Week with Costume Day in celebration of Halloween. From onesies to funny characters, it was a perfect way to end the spirited school week at NCHS. And to complete the Spirit Week, the homecoming dance was on Saturday. Everyone showed up for a fun time with dancing, pictures, and food and drinks.
Thank you, Claire Hickey, for that, and thanks to everyone who dressed up and joined in the fun. Spirit Week was a huge success and a great reminder of what makes our school community so special.
The Pop Art Show applications are now closed. The art club and art teachers are now reviewing the art which was submitted. The art show will be from November 13th to January 16th in the New Canaan High School Library. This art show is an all-media art exhibit with bold styles and subjects.
It seems to be the season of voting here at New Canaan High School, with people around town voting for members of our government yesterday, and NCHS students voting for new bell sounds for our new PA system this week. Finally, after a long week of waiting, we are here to say that the results are in. It was a close one, with you guys being split over two options, which led the vote. And now, drum roll please, here is the winner.
And after all that effort, you guys chose to keep the same bell we have right now. You know, being honest, I didn't really like any of the new bell sounds that were up for voting.
You know, Caden, I gotta disagree with you. I really wanted Bell 1 to win, but looking at the results of the voting, the Bell 1 option trailed just behind, with Bell Sounds 2 and 3 falling behind in the main voting. Once again, we want to thank all of you for your participation in the survey. We had almost 600 responses, but in the end, democracy prevailed.
Oh yeah. Well, that was definitely a lot of news, but now we're going to shift it over to sports with Julia DiGiacomo in front of the camera for the first time. Julia, what's going on?
Thanks, Caden. With FCIAC playoffs coming to a close, our Rams athletes have been hard at work preparing for states. I'm Julia DiGiacomo, and this is your Rams Sports Report. Football continues to roll, maintaining an undefeated record. The boys had their biggest test of the year against Greenwich in a battle between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state, and they did not disappoint. The boys were headlined by Ryan Brooks, who had a receiving touchdown and 17 total tackles, alongside Charlie Koch, who reeled in a 51-yard touchdown on a dime from Alex Hoffman. The boys then played Stanford this past Saturday for homecoming and cruised to victory, winning 42-7. Running back Henry Stein rushed for 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards in the first half alone. They now shift their focus to number 10 Staples on the road this Friday, so good luck, boys. Girls soccer has been putting in extra hours of practice, determined to come out on top in the state tournament. In the opening round, the girls faced off against Stanford, and NCTV was there, so let's roll the tape. Last time New Canaan faced Stanford, the game ended in a tie, so the Rams came out hungry for a win, and they certainly delivered. Just 5 minutes into the game, junior star Claire Greisen set the tone with a burst of energy, finishing with this stunning goal. She moves around a defender, switches the ball to her right foot, and sends a perfectly placed shot into the low right corner of the net. Greisen's not done yet. She scores her second goal after a terrific setup from senior Phoebe Shue. Here you can see Claire weaving her way through 3 defenders, explodes toward the goal, and taps it to her right foot to finish in the low left corner. With 23 minutes left in the first half, freshman Gianna Mazzotas has a chance to score after a beautiful cross from Greisen, but her shot just misses the mark. Not long after, with 6 minutes left in the half, Greisen fires another shot that hits the crossbar, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Then, with 4 minutes remaining in the half, Greisen delivers a precise pass to Mazzotas, who slides the ball past the goalkeeper, ending with New Canaan firmly in the lead 3-0. And the Rams were not done yet. The second half starts with the same energy. And as you can see soon, Claire Greisen orchestrates a promising attack, setting a perfectly timed ball to Mazzotas. Gianna's shot soars into the top right corner, but unfortunately the refs call offsides. Still, the Rams' dominance is undeniable. Even as starters rotate out, New Canaan continues to dictate the pace of the game. Senior Piper Dorman adds some extra sparkle to the match with this goal off of junior Whitney Hoagsted's free kick. And this result would last until the final whistle, giving the Rams their ticket into the next round of states. Last night, the girls faced St. Joe's at Dunning, where they won in a tight 1-0 contest. Claire Greisen had the deciding goal on a penalty kick with 19 minutes left, and Larkin Celebrity stepped up big time, making 6 saves, including a few key ones down the stretch. Next up, the girls face off against top-seeded Farmington on the road in the quarterfinals. Let's pack the stands and cheer them on as they fight to retain their state title. After falling to Fairfield Ludlow in the first round of the FCX, field hockey is ready for redemption. The team's energy and focus are at an all-time high. Their first state tournament matchup is against Trumbull today at Dunning, and they're hungry to bounce back. Come support the girls as they fight to make a deep run in the state playoffs. Coming off a strong 5th place finish in FCX, boys cross country looked to place high in Class Ls and absolutely knocked it out of the park. The team had a strong showing, finishing 3rd overall, which was helped by a 2nd place run by senior Quinn Kilkenny and another solid run by fellow senior Ryan Monahan, who rounded out the top 10. Going into state opens, the boys were looking to feed off their momentum. They ended up placing 9th overall in the meet, rounding out the cross-country season for all but Kilkenny, who will compete at New England's. The boys now shift their focus to indoor track. Girls cross-country continued their incredible season with yet another state championship, making it their 3rd straight. Sienna Decanter has been dominant this entire season, and states were no different, placing 1st in the entire tournament with the 1950 in the 5K. And a few days ago, the girls headed to state opens, where they finished 2nd, the highest in the team's history. Sienna Decanter finished 10th, and Georgina Harrington came in 22nd, propelling the girls to the podium finish. For that performance, Sienna, you are our Ram of the Week. If you would like to nominate a future Ram of the Week, please email us at nctv78@gmail.com. Decanter and Harrington head to New England next week in Vermont, so good luck, girls. After finishing a strong 7-3 regular season, girls swim and dive enter the postseason ready to compete. The Rams traveled to Greenwich for the FCAC qualifiers, where swimmers fought for a spot in the FCAC championships. The team then returned to Greenwich this past Saturday for the championships, where they delivered an impressive performance, earning 3rd place overall. Standout swimmers Lenny So and Emily Pastushin led the way, with Pastushin breaking her personal best of 102 in the 100-yard backstroke. Emma Kelly capped off the accolades for the Rams, placing 1st and winning the FCAC Dive Championship. Kelly and the divers head into states today, while the swimmers have to wait until Friday to compete in states. Girls volleyball is in the midst of their postseason. After a tough 4-set loss to Fairfield Ludlow in the FCAC semifinals, the girls shifted their focus to the state tournament. Last night, the girls hosted number 25 Harding, where they dominated the Presidents in straight sets. Next up for the girls is fellow FCAC rival the Trumbull Eagles, who are ranked number 10 in Class LL. They play them tomorrow at home at 6 p.m., so come out and support the girls in their 2nd round game. Good luck to all our Rams competing in states. Bring home some hardware. That's all from me. Brian and Caden, back to you.
Thank you, Julia. With fall sports winding down, winter is looking closer than ever. For more on how the temperatures will shake out over the next week, here's Josh Riefle for the first time in front of the camera to give us a scoop. What's going on, Josh?
Thanks, Caden. My name's Joshua Riefle, and I'm here to tell you all about the weather this week. Recently, our weather has been getting colder as we ease through fall, and from here on out, it's just going to keep getting colder. Today, we have a pretty chilly day with highs in the lower 60s and lows in the lower 40s. Today's a pretty humid day, and clouds will be staying around until late in the night. Tomorrow, we will have a day you might want to wear a sweater on, with highs in the low 50s and lows in the bottom 30s. Early in the morning, we will see some clouds. However, most should clear out as we continue through the day. Tomorrow will start a trend for days sticking right around these temperature ranges as we pivot towards colder weather. Looking ahead towards Friday, we will have a slightly warmer day with highs around 59 degrees and lows around 54 degrees. Through the full day, it will be cloudy, and as we go into the evening, we can expect some light rain. As the evening goes on, the rain will ease into a moderate rate. For this weekend, on Saturday, we will have an even warmer day with highs in the lower 60s and lows in the lower 40s. In the morning, we will see some light showers, and in the evening, it'll be mostly clear with only a few clouds. On Sunday, we see highs in the upper 50s and lows in the upper 30s. Clouds are going to stick around all day as well. We can expect some rain into the afternoon, into the evening. Looking ahead to next week, we have the coldest day yet, highs around 45 degrees and lows around 29. It'll be partly cloudy all day, and in the later parts of the day, it'll be pretty windy. Shaping out those weather patterns we can know to expect from wintertime. That's it. Caden, Ryan, back to you.
Thank you, Josh. With the temperatures dropping more and more, Caden, I'm not quite ready for winter to set in.
I got to agree with you there, Ryan. Before we go, make sure to follow us on Twitter and TikTok at NCTV78 and subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at NCTV78.
We'd also like to wish a very happy birthday to Cole Campese, Cameron Lee, and Ella Park.
Have a great rest of your week, NCHS.